business. There's an elf, a man, and a dwarf having the Riddermark. Speak quickly.
Greetings fellow earthlings and welcome to the Battle of the Fellowship. Basically what I decided to do is get all the good ones, the good side, the three species, whatever you want to call them, from the Lord of the Rings and put them together. So we have humans, elves and dwarves fighting in a 1 versus 1 versus 1 3-player battle royale sort of mode, whatever. Anyway, here we are. So first of all, we're going to choose humans, and I've gone for Gondor with this one. All armies are going to be chosen at random. So, what are Gondor going to get? Let's see. Okay, so we've got a good spearman general there. They seem to have a trebuchet and a catapult as well. They're going to be interesting to see on the battlefield. 3 cavalry units and not many archers. They've got 2 archer squads. Rest of it's melee. Okay, what are the dwarves going to go for? These have more units to choose from. What are those? I got no idea what those are, but some of these dwarven units look really good. Okay, so we've gone for 2 catapult units and 3 catapult units. We've got some crossbowmen. They've got weirdly some elven archers. Interesting choice. More elven archers. But yeah, no cavalry of course because the dwarves, they don't have access to it I don't think. And finally, last but not least, the elves. They've gone for a ballista and a catapult. They've all got an interesting mix of siege equipment. Some going for ballistas, some all catapults, some have trebuchets. Interesting, and of course as expected they've got some good archers and some cav as well. 3 units of missile cav and 2 standard cav. Huh. Who is going to win? Let's find out. And so it begins. The armies have set up. So over here we have the men of Gondor. Over here we have the dwarves of Khazad-dûm. And all the way over here, starting on a bit of low ground, we have the elves of the Woodland Realm. All 3 are hopefully going to meet somewhere in the middle. It looks like the dwarves, of course. The faction that starts in the middle seems to have a disadvantage, but it's done by scores, so it's not always too bad. But they do have the high ground, so it's going to be interesting to see how they work with that. They've already got some units heading over to Gondor. Yeah, we're going to catch these off guard. It looks like the catapults are about to fire in at them. In come the first shots. Through the trees, are mostly missing. Ooh, they burnt some elves. Yeah, they're getting some shots in. Well, I'm just going to call them dwarves, even though they are technically elves over here. That's just some annoying thing. That's something that AI did just to annoy me. Ooh, close. Okay, meanwhile it seems like they are about to engage with some of the dwarves. And the elves. Where's this catapult rock going? Arrows flying in. Come on, I want to see a good catapult hit. Oh. Yes, we got one, yes. That took about 10 or 15 units out. Yes, that's what I like to see, those trebuchet fires coming in. Usually in vanilla Total War, artillery or siege equipment, whatever you call them, they seem to miss quite often, but they actually seem to be hitting more now, which is good. Gondor moving forwards with some of their heavy swordsmen. Oh, they missed. Went all the way over there just to see them hit and they ended up missing. Seems like the ballista fire's coming in as well. Ooh, ho, ho. Got a few hits on some dwarven crossbowmen there. Sorry about this frame rate. Yeah, it's mostly the mod, vanilla, I don't... Well, actually I think it's either something to do with the mod or Windows 10. Or probably both. Both seem to cause a few lag issues. I'm not running on a potato. That's what I want to always make clear. It's not a potato that I'm running. It's good. It's just the fact that it's Windows 10 and not compatible. I have higher quality on Attila Total War, highest graphics than I do on Medieval 2. So much siege equipment just firing in. Looks like the Woodland Realm have got their Hawks Archers just firing around. Come on, dwarves. Break through these stupid evil elves. Where's these catapults going? Oh, you got the cavalrymen as well. What was that? What are they firing? I got no idea where that came from. Couldn't have been a catapult. It looked maybe like they all fired at the same time, and it just looks really good. I don't really know. Gondorian cavalry here. I've finally caught up to the Elven archers. I didn't cut those down easily enough. Yeah, those archers are caught. Try and get them out of there, I think, but don't know if the AI is smart enough. Gondor making good use of their cavalry advantage. Right, this is what right, they've got 4 catapults in one stack, right, that makes sense. I thought like catapult units only had 2 catapults or 2 ballistas, but nah, I guess there was one. Oh yeah, I guess there's a 4 stack here as well. Is it just the dwarves that have that? Yeah, I remember the dwarves were only given 2. Well, anyway, it seems like Gondor have silence for the dwarven catapults, so yeah, they're not going to be able to use that anymore. Oh, just look at all the death that caused. Sadly, I think we did just miss it, but just watching those firing. And when we get into a good blob as well, we just wipe them all out. It's beautiful. Gondor's lining their catapults up, preparing to fire. Have they done hit anything? Just seeing the like fire is in the background looks beautiful. They're like meteorites. Ah, they didn't fire. Well, anyway, it seems like the Elven archers are here now to silence the catapults. Are they going to engage in melee? No, they decided not to. They're going to. They charged into the back of some spearmen for some reason. They must be out of ammo, I'm guessing. Ooh, the dwarven general has died. That's going to cause a few morale issues for them. They're probably going to start retreating soon. Although the dwarves, they should have some high morale. I love how you've got elves, humans and dwarves fighting in this corner. Like this corner here sums up the entire battle. They're all just like fighting each other. Dwarven reinforcements charging in down the hill. Oh, they actually broke these Gondorian spearmen. Or they might have just retreated, I don't really know. All these dead bodies. Looks like the dwarves are either retreating or sending in some spearmen in. Ooh, the crossbowmen I think were engaged in melee for a little while then. Or maybe they still are. Right, they're chasing down Gondor. Who are these going after? Right, I should be turning around soon, I think. I don't really know what the AI is doing over there. Just let the AI do whatever they want. I think this cavalry advantage for Gondor is definitely helping them out. Because it also means they've done run people down as well, which is just it's going to help them out even further. Not the best charge, but they did get a charge in on these dwarves here, trying to flank them. Archers just pouring in everywhere. I don't know how people know what to fire at. Like, surely if you just... Well, some of these archers here, you don't know what you're firing at. There's 3 different species is fighting here. How do you, like, know? Of course, I guess you can, like, tell when they're close up, but when they're far away, like how most of these archers are firing at, probably just gonna get friendly fire. Gondor pulling back there. Oh, they were pulling back their cavalry, probably for another charge. Oh, this lag is horrible. It's on lowest graphics settings as well. I know I've done a lot of Windows 10 rants lately about Windows 10 causing lag on old games, but I want to bring it up again, but I'm sick of bringing it up, and you're probably sick of me complaining about Windows 10 as well. But if you like old games like Rome Total War, Medieval 2 Total War, I think once you start to get to Napoleon Total War, things seem to be alright, but these old ones, don't get a Windows 10 if this is what you play. Command and Conquers, the old Age of Empires, don't get Windows 10 if those are the stuff that you like. If you wanted to like move on and get your Attila Total Wars and the new Age of Empires and, you know, the new level games, then yeah, get Windows 10, but not for the old stuff. It's just... Anyway, I'm not going to complain about it any further. I've done it many times in many videos before. Anyway, yeah, it seems like there's Gondor seems to have one over here killed down the elves. I can't see any elven archers around. There's a lot of... It's mostly just dead bodies. But those missile archers, I mean, I can't see any of them. They've still got some units down here, but they have been silenced by Gondor spears. I think Gondor have it. I think they've got the win. But of course the elves still have some units around, as we can see here. They're going to charge those in, but... Yeah, it's mostly just Gondor on the field right now. But of course that doesn't mean they win. Just because they survive at the end does not mean they're going to win. I think the elves or the dwarves could quite easily have it. It all depends on what units they cut down and like the value of those units. I don't really know how it works, but yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, it seems like Gondor are going to be the last to survive. I can't see any dwarven troops. Ah, here we go. Oh, but they're getting chased by Gondor. I think they're retreating. The last of the dwarves pulling away.
Let them fly!
No, they are not the last of the dwarves. Some dwarves still fight on. We've got some dwarves of Khazad-dûm over here still fighting against Gondor, and elven catapult units and elven ballistas over here, just trying to get some last minute picks on some units. Oh, some more dwarves as well. Are the dwarves actually going to outlive the elves? That will be interesting to see. I think these elves here are retreating. I don't know, it's difficult to tell. Or are they charging into Gondor? Nah, they're retreating. The final dwarves trying to hold out, but they're being cut down one by one. The battle draws to an end. Oh, we've got a Woodland Realm Archer. This woman... Ah, here we go. We've got like 5 Woodland Realm Archers in melee as well. It's strangely the elves or the the elves or Gondorians, they haven't lost their general yet. They've still got their general in the field, so I don't think it'll turn it round, but I think killing a general might give some extra points onto your name. Unsure exactly, but yeah, that could be what these factions need. Just a quick kill on a general. That could change it score-wise. But of course, Gondor are going to survive to the end. I think that's... Don't like calling it early, but it's fairly obvious. Although they're getting a lot of friendly fire with their own archers. And these dwarves here, they're putting up a good last stand. Gondor's had to send in some reinforcements for them. I think, yeah, they killed the dwarves over here, and these are going to regroup and keep on cutting down the elves, but... Yeah, these dwarves, they're fighting a while. I can't see them anymore. I think they're dead. And I think Gondor has survived to the end. Really, Gondor, you're going to fire in your trebuchet? Who knows what the units of your own that's going to hit? Oh, we got a dead general. Yeah, so the elves have lost their general. It must have been Gondor who cut them down, so that's extra points to Gondor. Not what they needed. What they're firing at now. And here we are at the end, and this is a massive surprise here. So as expected, of course, the dwarves came in 3rd place. They lost 2,000 men, but they killed 1,000, so they didn't do as humiliatingly bad as some factions have done in previous recordings from starting in the middle. But in 2nd place, we have Gondor, the faction that survived to the end and got extra points for running down the enemy and killed the elven general, probably even the dwarven general as well. Actually only came in 2nd place. They lost 1,300 men and they killed 1,400, capturing 600. And overall, the elves came in 1st place, getting 1,620 kills and only losing 1,200. Wow, so even though that Gondor survived to the end, their elves actually got the win score-wise, and that's why I said you can't rule factions out. The game just keeps on continuing, even though it's clear there's a winner, as in who's going to survive to the end. That doesn't mean the end result will show that. As we see, the elves won. They actually got a win, even though that they died. Gondor survived. They lost the general, whereas Gondor's general didn't. They got the win because they played well. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in all future ones there, usually every Saturday. However, there's been a few issues in the last couple of weeks. Just scheduling on my part. But everything should be back on schedule now. Until it goes wrong, which will probably be next week. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.